Howdy friends! I wanted to come on and talk to you about my plan for 2022. New year, new kit. So I think I've mentioned in previous videos, I do project life. I've been slowly getting away from traditional 12 by 12 scrapbooking. Every now and again I'll throw a 12 by 12 layout in my project life album, but by and large I've just found that I wasn't taking great pictures, and so I was kind of in the mindset of, oh, this isn't scrapbook worthy. And so because of that, I was actually losing valuable time in my albums. I would go through and there would be like 6-month breaks between events, or even years in some cases. And I think it was because I was getting too fixated on having like the perfect picture. So long story short, enter project life. So I've tried a couple of different sizes. Originally I did 12 by 12 for a couple of years. And I tried the 9 by 12 and I really liked it. But at that time, it was also really hard to get albums and page protectors. And the ones that you could get were extremely expensive. And so I decided to transition back to 12 by 12. So this kit will be for any kind of layout I do, any sort of size page protector I end up using. It'll be kind of all of the things. So I'll kind of walk you through what I've got going on. My theme this year is very simply use what I have, and a lot of my materials that I have left are little bits and pieces from various kits. And so I struggled to kind of figure out, like, what's my theme? And then it kind of hit me. I got a rainbow brush set for blending my inks. I'm trying very delicately to grab it. And that was kind of like, oh, epiphany. So I decided that my theme for my kit was simply going to be rainbow. And that way it would be a very forgiving kit. I could pull things from any sort of collection as long as it kind of fit into one of the color categories. And so it also gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of what I can pull to supplement the kit as I go forward. Because as you'll see, a lot of the papers and stuff in here are really old. They belong to all kinds of different companies. Some are print, like things that you would buy from, like, say, AC Digitals and print it out, and it's a hot mess. But a lot of the things in this tray at the very top that you're looking at right now are little remnants from Citrus Twist kits. And because I organize my embellishments by rainbow theme, it got me thinking, why don't I just pull a kit together like that, and then I'll be sure that my embellishments aren't getting neglected. Now, some of these are self-made embellishments, some are bought. There's just all kinds of stuff in here. So I'm not going to go into detail with the tray today. I just kind of thought I would use this to kind of get me started. And so I thought today what you might like to see is kind of based on this, what else did I put to supplement? So I'll go over what I've got in the tray underneath. And like I said before, I mean, what you're going to see in here is just everything. So this is a Jane Davenport pad that I bought from Michael's on clearance. And the reason I gravitated towards it was one of the collections in here has a lot of like watercolor kind of mixed media stuff going on. And I just thought this is really pretty. And as you can see, a lot of the papers I haven't used, and they're duplicates. And my struggle with this paper is its size. It's an 8 by 9 inch which means it doesn't really fit into any kind of scrapbooking that I do. But like pages like this, brilliant. I'll cut it up and I'll be able to use it. I may find a use for pages like this. You know, I might be able to make something like that work if I allow myself the room to get creative. Just some stickers. I can't remember if these were gifted to me or if I bought them. I don't remember. This is actually part of the inspiration for this whole rainbow themed craziness I've got going on. It's a pad that I bought at Michael's, and it was a 12 by 12 pad, but this is what I meant when I said the watercolory kind of effect, and you can kind of see that it really is a rainbow of papers. I'll put that back together later. And there's scraps in here, like it's just whatever I had. There may be some 6x8s from back when I was a subscriber to Citrus Twist. I know for a while they were giving out 6x6 papers, which is where these would have come from. These would all be Citrus Twist kits. And then I think when Traveler's Notebooks became more of a thing, they started to do 6x8 and like planners and stuff. So there'll be a little mixture of those in here too. Some random, I think these are acetate or vellum. I think they're vellum. And some embellishments that a kind friend sent me. Again, more scraps. I threw in some cardstock. Again, more scraps. These were Studio Calico. A couple of years ago, I posted a YouTube video where I did a Studio Calico haul, and I think it was around, gosh, was it like November? So it was probably like Black Friday sales. So I grabbed like a whole bunch of papers, and a lot of them are still sitting in my stash. Scrap papers. This was supposed to be an envelope liner. You're going to end up seeing me use more cardstock, I think, this year. Oh yeah, see? Beautiful envelope. Beautiful liner. Sitting in my stash. More parts of that watercolor kit that I showed you earlier. Just, I think I put this one in here because it's got like rainbow stuff. I think you get the idea. I'm not going to go through every little thing in here because we'd be here all day, but essentially anything that had any sort of rainbowy type colors in it made its way in. This was a tag that a kind friend made me. So now we're getting into my haul papers from the Studio Calico order. Maybe I'll just pull all of these out so you can see what I'm going with. There's a lot, so. But if my goal is to incorporate some 12 by 12 layouts, I figured I should probably plan for that. So, and a lot of these Studio Calico papers, sorry, a lot of them are double-sided. I love this paper. It's a birthday paper. Bright and fun. Again, still part of that haul I did. And some I'll probably use more quickly than others. This was the paper that matched the tag that my friend made me. And then there's papers like this where I'm like, ooh, how did that not get used yet? Or this one. And the only thing I can think of as to why they haven't yet been used is I think it's because I really like them. And even though I've got two of a lot of these papers, I think I was kind of holding on to them. That one's a good, kind of a neutral. That one's super fun. I love Harry Potter. So I kept thinking, this would be a great layout for Harry Potter. I've yet to take a good photo of myself in Harry Potter garb. And again, love this paper. I think I may have used it once. Not a huge fan of that one. But it's been sitting in my stash for a few years now. And it's just time that it gets used. Sorry if you hear rustling on the side. I'm kind of digging through the scraps that, yeah, like another really cute paper. And then I'll show you the layouts, the pre-made layouts I've already got done at the end. Here we go. So this is the sticker sheet from the Michaels pad. And these are like all of the scraps and pieces of things. There's the full papers. The other ones that I showed you earlier were just, I took these papers and cut them down so they would be a usable size. And as you can see, still haven't used them. There's some duplicates in here. It's another pre-made layout, I think. Yep. Another scrap. There's another duplicate. And some of these papers, I think, just kind of came from pads that I have in my room. It's cute. I like it better for this side, personally. Like this paper. Not a huge fan. So that's kind of the loose paper that I have. And I think it was this page that I pulled that kind of inspired the rainbow theme. So I've gone through that. I'll show you some of the pre-made layouts I've got. So as I said before, I tend to put 12 by 12 layouts sparingly in my album. Only because I just feel like I'm transitioning away from them. So these were just layouts that I did, trying to use up my cardstock. You're going to see a pretty standard theme in here. Oh, there's another random paper. So it was like cardstock background or pattern background with something on top. I don't actually follow keto anymore, so I'm going to have to change that. This was a kit I put together. I had planned on doing like an all about me layout. I just love that paper. Haven't found the right picture for it, so there it sits. Is this a single page? Yeah. So at some point, I kind of transitioned and stopped doing double page layouts in 12 by 12 because, I didn't have enough pictures. So you can kind of see. Oh, clearly I like that. So that's going to go back. Again, more studio calico paper. So this would be like a 9 by 12. So that'd be a good tip in. I love coffee. It's the one thing I will never give up in my life. Unless, a doctor tells me I'm on my deathbed and it has to go. This was a really cool layout that I scrap lifted from somebody I saw online. If I can find it again, I'll link it. But it was using up 3 by 4 and 4 by 6 journaling cards and scraps. So I was kind of already in this mindset before. And then, yeah, there's another one. See, there's that rainbow again. Same sort of idea as this one. I like this layout so much. I duplicated it. And again, there's the rainbow. So it's like a recurring theme in my scrapbooking. So weird that I've never seen it before. And it took me sitting down and actually looking at things to go, oh, rainbows, okay. This one, probably less of a rainbow one. And look, there it is again. So those are like my pre-made layouts that I'm hoping to use most of, if not all of these, just to get them out of my stash. Oh, but wait, there's more. So because I was doing the whole rainbow theme, it allowed me to dig through my stash of cards and really just pull what I like. And a lot of these are cards that are bought. Some are cards that I made. It's just a little bit of everything. Look what's back. I'm sure you're getting it. I'm not gonna look, right? Oh, the rainbows. So yeah, it was just kind of, I think it's been hitting me in the face, and I never really saw it. So these are pieces of studio, I don't remember if those were actual studio calico cards, or if they were, I think they look like they're the actual cards and not like me cutting things down. And then this was, I want to say Citrus Twist. But and so I also had the 12 by 12 of this paper, if you remember. And I had a larger piece of this paper. And a lot of these are actually single-sided. Some are double, but not many. I'm actually really excited to start using this. So I'm hoping that I can wrap up my December daily rather quickly. This is a really busy pattern. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it, but I'm determined to use it. So that Michael's pad that I showed you earlier actually had a couple of pages of cut-aparts in it. And the cut-aparts are all kind of in the same vein of watercolored. I think I actually cut some of these out and I used them to make thank you cards. I'm not sure. I do remember cutting a lot of these up. I'll show you the DIY ones in a minute. That was a scrap from something that a friend sent me. A lot of these are DIY. You're getting a bit of a sneaky peek. It's another paper. There's a duplicate of something I know I already have in here. I mean, it goes on and on, right? Another duplicate. And there's a lot of grid papers that came in the studio. No, sorry, not in Studio. Was it Studio Calico? I think it actually was. Studio Calico sold 4x6 pads of journaling cards and things. And they were great. But I ended up in that big sale that I took advantage of. I ended up, I think, buying, I don't know, like 8 pads or something crazy. So some were duplicated. But there's a lot of grid paper in here, which is fantastic for journaling. These cards are really thick. And then most of them, I think, are single-sided. Some are... Oh, see? Oh, where have you been? For all the times I scrapbook about food and cooking. Yeah. Look for magic in little moments. So that's what I've pulled. And there's still so much more. I really don't think I'm going to have a hard time using these in my project life. And I would guarantee you, if I use only this kit, I will still have leftovers. Like, it's crazy. So 3x4 cut down cards, nothing crazy really there. Again, scraps of paper cut down to size, cut apart. Those are some DIYs. Those I think came from Citrus Twist as well. I think a few of these, yeah, that was a printout, a free printout. Free printouts that have been in my stash probably for the better part of 6 years, if not longer. Getting into all the DIYs. I'll throw those aside for in a minute. Scraps, piece of cardstock. I use the Project Life app to print my my pictures. These are all duplicates of things we've already seen. So sometimes I will print off their 3x4 cards and cut them down. So if some of them look glossy, that's why they're on photo paper. It's another cute one. Free printout, grid paper, and a lot of these I probably already have videos for my DIY cards. So that was a leftover from an Allie Edwards kit. All right, so what I'm left with now in these two piles, and I know there's more, are all of my DIY journaling cards. And again, 4x6. I love cards like this, and it's been sitting in my stash. And this was just playing. I think I was watching Dearly D make some journaling cards, and it inspired me to really dig through. These are actually packaging from the Studio Calico 4x6 pads of journal cards. And then just random, using stamps, using labels. I was on a kick for a while, and I think like these would have been part of a set that I did. And there they sit, cute as they are. Love this, but it's a bit chunky. I honestly probably won't use it in my album, but it'll be there for inspiration if I decide to pick it apart. Stamping, more scraps, lots of scraps, more scraps. That was one of those 3x4 cards that I printed off from the Project Life app, so it's glossy. Scraps. I was trying to use up my alphas. I actually have a blanket coming that a friend is making me, so that'll get used for that. Love these wood veneers. Didn't have any use for them, and they were quite big, so I made a flippy up one. Playing around with my stamps and some handmade embellishments. And again, stamps and stickers in that case. Ooh, I'm going to leave that out. That's got to go on the first page. Using some mixed media and playing around a little bit with that. That die cut is probably 10 years old. Using up thickers and stickers. Using my Cricut to make cards. That's what this Polaroid one is. I thought there was another one behind there, but it's not. Yeah, so I'm sure you get the gist. That is what I'm working with for cards. So my plan originally for Project Life was to how am I going to do this and use my stash most effectively? And I've decided I'm going to do weekly documenting, which is totally new to me. And so if I'm doing weekly documenting, I needed to be sure that I had enough pictures. So I kind of said stick to a formula. So my goal is title card or week card, selfie, a dog pic, because the dogs are part of my life and they're going to figure into every layout, a weather pic, a food pic, some sort of crafty or YouTube pic, and then I've got 2 like freebie pictures. So of those, I mean, I could do 4x6 or 3x4 or even do smaller and then put them on my cards. So that's the goal. So my focus is to use my stash, no kits unless I create them from what I have. Check. The flatter the better, no or little dimension. Rainbow colors, keep it happy. Document weekly. 52 weeks equals a lot of pictures, so I need to have a plan. That's what the plan ended up being. Use my stamps more. Use my Cricut more, especially for graphics. Use some cardstock in every layout because I've got drawers upon drawers of it. And use a mixture of typed and handwritten journaling. I think one of the reasons that I hesitate to do journaling is because I'm not a huge fan of my own handwriting. And oftentimes I feel like I end up unhappy with the way it all looks. So that's that. But wait, there's more. So, in the vein of use my stamps more, and there's actually more stamps I've got on order from Citrus Twist. So this is the storytelling stamp set. It's fantastic for year-long scrapbooking. This is the True Life. I love this because of the type font and the scripty font. That'll make journaling cards and like filler cards and titles really easy. Oops. I journal and write a lot about food. So I needed a food stamp, right? Yes, I did. And then I picked this one out because it's already got the months and the days of the week on it. And I like the difference between the 2 different font styles there, and it's got numbers, so that'll make it easy. But wait, there's more. Because no kit's complete without washi and stickers. I'm not going to bore you by going through all of this. And I haven't even tackled that little iris container top drawer. Like, the insanity. So these are leftover pieces of chipboard from kits from Citrus Twist and some puffies from Citrus Twist kits. There's some washi in here that I hope to use because my collection is growing. I think these were from Dollar Store. My collection of washi is growing, but it's also getting older, which means it's starting to lose its stick. So I need to supplement with a few extra colors here, but like pinks and reds. I don't think I have any purple washi, but I'm okay with that. And alphas. So little pieces. What were these from? Pink Fresh Studio. I used a few of them, but they got lost in my stash. The Studio Calico alphas in the respective color families. These were leftovers from Citrus Twist as well. Oh, those shouldn't be in there. Those should be with my cards. Beautiful Mess. I think this was a freebie. And then Citrus Twist alphas. These were Studio Calico. Beautiful Mess. Studio Calico Color Theory. Citrus Twist. This is actually my favorite font citrus twists. If I could have these in every color and not have my husband kill me for the amount I'm spending on scrapbooking supplies, I would. So that is the kit as it stands right now. And I don't even know if you're going to be able to see all of these things in the frame. Trying to pull things back in so you can actually see them. So, my rainbow kit of insanity, minus the able embellishment tray, which I will probably pause this video because I just looked and it's 30 minutes, which is crazy. I will pause this video and then I will dig the little tray out and we can look through that next. So, stay tuned for the epic saga of the rainbow kit of 2022, folks. Wow, let's see how much of this I actually use. So anyway, thanks for coming to hang out with me yet again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if any of you have done a kit like this for your project life. This is the first time I'm actually doing one for a year-long project. I tend to do kits for like a layout or a page, or this year I did a kit for my December daily. And so this is the first time I'm tackling it on a larger scale. So I'm a little intimidated, but I'm determined. So anyway, thanks for coming, and stay tuned for part 2. And in the meantime, hope you are having a crafty day, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.